So for those persons who were here last week, you would have had some questions that had to do with, again, a past paper and having to know some of these vocabulary words. And there's actually another, somebody's mic is open. Leah, I think that's your mic. What you will have to do for the most part, knowing members of the family, knowing occupations, knowing animals is going to be key, because you will more than likely always have either a listening activity or some kind of writing activity to do with that. All right. So let's look at this. So you have el abuelo, la abuela, el padre. These are ones that you should be familiar with. You would have had these in 7th grade. You should have come across these family members. And of course, as you build on, because now you're taking BJC, as you build on your 7th grade and 8th grade knowledge, now you're gonna come into the full scale of things where you have to know these vocabulary words, and you're actually going to have to execute this and apply it in your writing. All right. Let me move on. Okay. So identifying family members and stating occupations. Let me move this out of my way. I have something on my screen out of my way. Just want to move that.
Los miembros de la familia. Abuela. Abuelo. Madre. Padre. Hijo. Hija. Hermano. Hermana. Tía. Tío. Prima.
Sorry. Letting somebody in the room.
Abuela. Tía. Tío. Prima. Primo. Novio. Novia. Los miembros de la familia. Abuela. Abuelo. Madre. Padre.
All right, you have the idea. Okay, so again, that's hopefully a quick refresher for you, because we're going to do another little activity right now. All right, so here it says identify the family members by placing the correct letter on the spaces provided. Now, let me know how many of you can actually use your annotation tool to write on my screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can, if you know how to do that. Do you know how to use the annotation tool to write on your screen? In your Zoom toolbar, you should have a pen that says annotate. Okay, Nakia, I see your hand. Thank you. So Nakia, we may need you to write for us today. Anybody else can write on the screen. Thank you, Mr. Kawaram. Anybody else? All right, good. So why don't you go ahead and do that for me, please? Nakia, Leah, all of you grab one and go ahead and put in your answer. Use the text tool. You can use the text tool, which is to type, or you can use your pen tool and actually write the letter right there from the annotation tool. Let me see if you, and please do not Google. All right, do not Google. What would your answers be? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. What would be your answer? Okay, thank you. Okay. Go ahead, you all can continue until all of them are done. If you've done it before, you can keep going. And if somebody else hasn't gotten to the blank already, you can go ahead and fill it in. All right, so let's look at our responses. Madre is C. All right. Let's see if you are correct. Oh, let me go back. Let's go back. So we have madre is C. You have abuela, that is grandmother, so that would be E. Gato is cat, yes, that's F. Hermana mayor, that's the younger sister, yes, that would be G. Padre is D. Abuelo is A. Perro, H, yes, that's H. And hermano menor is, why you put, it's not G. Hermano is brother. So what would the answer be? Who's the brother there? It would be yo, right? Because he's the one talking. So it's him. He's the brother, the older brother. Okay? All right, let me clear my annotations. Hold on. Okay, good. Now, let's go to the next slides. All right. Complete sentences about familial connections with the correct family members. Now, this is the same as me saying, if I ask you the question, who is the, or if I just say to you, if I say to you, the brother of my mother, who would that be? The brother of my mother is my what?
Tio?
Right, that would be my uncle. So then you would, so in the same way that I just said that, that's how these clues are written. So you have to know family relationships. And so you're going to have to make the connections using of course, using the correct Spanish word. So let's look at number one. La madre de mi madre is me. Who would that be?
Abuela.
Abuela. Okay. That would be abuela. So that would be letter what?
A.
Not
G.
A, look at the ending. Yeah,
G.
don't get tricked. Okay, yeah, don't get tricked. That would be letter G because it's abuela. Yeah, you have to be very careful with the endings, okay? And then let's look at number 2. La hija de mi tío es mi. La hija de mi
Prima?
tío.
Prima.
Exacto. Okay, it's
Prima.
my cousin and she is a girl. All right, it's my girl cousin. So it's my uncle's daughter. So she's my cousin, my female cousin, and it would be prima. All right, it would be B. Okay. El hijo de mi hijo es mi.
Nieto.
Say it again.
D.
You can repeat the question, please. Nieto.
The son, I'm going to say it. El hijo de mi hijo is mi.
Ay,
You're
Nieto.
correct. It is nieto. It's my grandson. Okay? It's my grandson. So it's nieto. El padre de mi madre. El padre de mi madre es mi
Abuelo.
abuelo.
abuelo. Yep. Es la letra A. Okay. La hermana de mi padre. La hermana de mi padre es mi
Tía.
tía.
Yeah.
El esposo de mi madre es mi.
Padre. Padre.
Yes. Esposo is husband. So it's the husband of my mother. The husband of my mother is my father. All right. So I know it may seem a little tricky or whatever, but again, it's just getting to see if you know those vocabulary words for family members and what the relationship is between them. Was that difficult for some of you? Was that too difficult to, for you to do? Or just got you thinking a bit?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Let's continue. Vamos a continuar. Okay, we don't need to do all of that. We already know that. Let's go to the next slide. We've already done the responses. Okay. All right, now we're going into professions, right? ¿Cuál es tu profesión? So one of the things that you had to do in that little exercise just now was say what profession you prefer. Like what's the profession that you prefer? All right, and so we're going to look at that. You should know or how to conjugate the verb ser at this time. So you should know yo soy, tú eres. It's not, even though it's an ER verb, it's irregular, so it does not take the regular endings of ER verbs, right? It's different. So you have yo soy, tú eres, él es, ella es, nosotros somos, usted es, ellos son, ellas son, ustedes son. And you're going to, again, use the same information in activities that are coming up, okay? Again, you're practicing the verb ser. All right, so let's look at this. If you are, let's put the others on as well. I don't want to give you the answers. Okay. So if you are conjugating, those two are already examples. If you're talking about your father and you're saying what he is, what he does for a living, mi padre es, and you say whatever he is. And mi padre es médico. What did I just say? If I say mi padre es médico.
My father's a doctor.
Exacto. And notice you don't need to put the definite article or indefinite article in front of that. Just mi padre es médico. All right. Tú eres enfermera. What am I saying? Tú eres enfermera. What's the word for what's the meaning of enfermera?
I think that's
Yeah, I see somebody put it in the chat. Yes, it's a nurse. Okay, so tell me now, what would be the conjugation for yo? So I already did the conjugation of the verb ser, and I did the answer for mi padre. I did the answer for tú. What is the conjugation of the yo form of ser?
soy.
Exacto. So give me a profession with yo soy. Thank you, Leah. Okay, put a profession after that now, Leah. Okay, somebody said medical. So Manishka, if you're talking about yourself, you wouldn't say medical. You would say la medica. I mean, it's not la, but you would say medica. All right? So no, don't say soy es profesora. That's what I was just saying. After ser, with profession, you do not need the definite or indefinite article. Just say soy profesora, soy enfermera, soy bombera, soy policía, okay? Anything like that, all right? Okay, let's continue. What about mis primos? Mis primos. What would be the conjugation for ser if I'm talking about mis primos? Very good, Kaden. I see it in the chat. Mis primos son. All right, mis primos son. What would be the conjugation for mis abuelos y yo? Go ahead, Nakia. I see your hand up. What's your response? I'm sorry, Nakia, I don't hear you. If you you probably need to unmute or something. I don't see you. Remember, I can't see my I'm looking in my participant. Oh, it was a mistake. Okay. And can anybody help Nakia? If you have abuelos y yo, anytime you're talking about somebody else and then you say y yo, what does that mean? Your conjugation is always going to be what?
You're talking about your grandparents and you?
So then what would if you're talking about somebody else and you're using that in a sentence, what is the pronoun for that? What pronoun would you use?
Nosotros.
Exacto. So that means your conjugation will always be for the pronoun nosotros. So that's the plural form, the we form, right? So that's we. So what would the answer be? What is the conjugation for that?
Nosotros.
Nosotros is the pronoun. What is the verb? Okay, I saw somebody put it in the chat. Who's that? Yes, Kaden. It's somos. All right, it's somos. So it's mis abuelos y yo somos. Anytime you see you're talking about somebody else and you always use somos because that's we. You're talking about you and somebody. So it's the we form. All right, so it's nosotros. Okay, good stuff. Soy, son, somos. All right. La señora, again, we're talking about somebody else. So that is the she form or he form, all right? So ella or él, and so it's S. It's a third person. Now again, mis hijos y yo, my children and I. So what would that be? My children and I, mis hijos y yo.
Somos.
Somos. What would this one be? Él. Él, what?
Es.
Él es. Muy bien. Mi madre y mi tía. So I'm talking about mi madre y mi tía. What would the conjugation be?
Son.
Son, all right? It's they that I'm talking about. So if I have to change it, if you're not sure, always put in the pronoun to help you to figure out what it would be, right? Substitute the nouns in the sentence for the pronoun. So mi madre y mi tía, I'm talking about them, they. So that would be ellas, right? El señor Pelinos or Pillinos, okay? If I'm not sure, I know that's he, exactly, S, all right? And that's how you do that. If you run into any problems, just substitute the nouns in the sentence for a pronoun that would fit. All right, so now we're looking at our, occupations.
Tío Penis, aprender español.
Hola, Pepito.
Hola, tíos Penis.
¿Estás triste? ¿Qué te pasa?
Estoy triste porque no sé qué quiero ser de mayor.
Oh, no te preocupes. Vamos a ver las profesiones más conocidas, a ver si te dan alguna idea.
Vale.
Médico, enfermero, policía, bombero, cocinero, camarero, informático, arquitecto, peluquero, dependiente, abogado, maestro, mecánico, pintor, músico. ¿Qué? ¿Te ha gustado alguna profesión?
Uy, no lo sé. Es que hay muchas.
Ya, y hay muchas más. Vamos a repasarlas para aprender bien las profesiones. Médico, enfermero, policía, bombero, cocinero, camarero, informático, arquitecto, peluquero, dependiente, abogado, maestro, mecánico, pintor, músico.
Pues sigo sin saberlo.
No te preocupes, ya decidirás cuando seas mayor. Ahora vámonos a jugar.
Sí, vámonos a jugar.
Pues nada, un saludo amigos. Hasta la próxima.
Does anyone have an answer for any of them? Like, do you know any of them? And you would like to share what they are? Go ahead and let me know.
We have to do all, or we could just do one?
Just do one so somebody else could get another one.
All right, number 3.
Okay, I want to do one.
3 is E.
Go ahead, do number 1. Go ahead.
Anyone or one person?
Go ahead. No, I think Jaden, you said that you wanted to do one. Was that you?
No, Shiro.
Go ahead.
My bad. Number 5 is B.
Number 5. Number 5 is B. Oh, look at how you just got that. Now, how did you get that? That I should have said number 5 is out of the question because the answer's right there. All right, I'll take that from you. Go ahead. Who wants to do another
3?
one?
I can do number 3.
I can do the next one if
Go
you want.
ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Do number 3. Okay, let's let somebody else go. Go ahead. Do
Number 3 is E.
Number 3 is what?
E.
You think so? No.
It's not?
It's A.
No.
Wait, no, E is number 4, right?
E is number 4.
Oh my God.
D is number
Yes,
one.
you have to be careful.
Number two is C, right? No. Think of.
Yeah, number 2 is C. Number 2 is C. Profesor is teacher. Banker is banquera. Cashier is cajero. All right, and we already got number 5 because that's retired. All right, and even though, like they said, being retired may not be an occupation, but it is applicable to this topic. All right, so go ahead, and the last one would be one you've already had before. Did we do nurse? Nurse
is D.
Right, nurse is enfermero. All right, so remember that. Don't get confused with banquero and banker. All right. Let's get all of that. Okay, let's do this one.
I can do number 10.
Okay, draw a line from 10 to your answer.
I can't do that.
You can't do it? Go ahead then, just tell me what it is.
Number 10 is F.
Well, thank you, Miss Musgrove, Yuri, or Mr. Musgrove, Yuri, thank you for that. All right, number 10, medical is Dr. Good. Somebody do the next one.
I want to do the next one.
Caden, hold on. I see Caden is saying he wants to do number 9. Go on, Caden. Go ahead, Caden. You can do number 9. Yes, number 9 is cook. Muy bien. Who wants to take another one?
Me, I will do the next one.
Me, please.
Who's me?
Uzziah.
Jada will do that.
Uzziah.
All right, Uzziah and then Jada. Go ahead, Uzziah and then Jada. Uzziah, which one are you doing?
I would like to do number 6.
All right, number 6. Predicador. Go ahead. What is predicador?
I think I would like to say it. Hold on. Wait. Pause. I was gonna say G, you know.
You were correct. Predicador is preacher. That is correct.
I'm so smart. Thank you.
That is correct. All right. What about so you can draw a line from predicador to preacher. Es correcto. Take the next one.
Me, it's my turn. Jado, it's my turn.
I could do one, please.
Can I get one too, please?
Hold on, Jaden is supposed to be next, and then we can go to somebody else. Go ahead, Jaden.
Jaden,
Jada. Sorry. All right, Jada, sorry. Go ahead, Jada. Which one are you doing? Which number?
I want to do number 8.
Number 8, abogada. ¿Cómo es?
I can.
You could tell me what it is.
Okay, number 8 is lawyer.
It is lawyer. Abogada is lawyer. Muy bien. We have another one. Camarera, obviously, is the last one. So camarera is waiter. Okay? Camarera is waiter. All right. All right, let's look at, vamos a continuar. All right, let me clear my screen because now we have a mess. Okay. Okay, good. Now you're gonna fill in the blanks with the missing occupation. Pay close attention to when to use masculine and when to use feminine. All right. Okay, go ahead. Who wants to do these now? All right, you are going to have to, I want you to type it in, man. Nobody can type in theirs. Like you can't, like, see how I have my text tool. Can you all see my text tool on the screen? Probably not, eh? All right. So what I need you to do, I need you to tell me which one you're going to do. Put it in the chat, the one that you are going to do. Or you can raise your hand, that's faster. Raise your hand if you have one to do, and I'll type it on if you can't type on the screen.
Did that work?
Jade, I see your hand. Yours is up first. Which one are you going to do? Who just did doctor?
Me. I don't.
Who's me?
Yuri.
All right, Yuri. Okay, so you're done. Who is doing? Jada, which one are you doing?
I was gonna do doctor, but someone already did it, so I could probably do something.
Yes, pick another one. Let's see. You should know quite a few because you're gonna have a little activity to do with this. What's another one?
Can I do number 4?
Go ahead. Manishka, Leah, and Nakia, y'all can all go ahead and do your own. Especially if you can type on. If you can type on the screen, you can go ahead and do it.
Hi.
All right, I see teacher is profesora, not 2 S's, okay? We don't have double S's. 1 S, profesora. Use your typing tool, your text tool, instead of trying to write it. Okay, good. Banquera, muy bien. Enfermera is nurse. Change your spelling, please. Whoever did profesora. You should not have 2 S's in profesora. Manisha, can you type lawyer on the screen or not write it? I'm just asking. I mean, if you can't type it, then that's fine. Just leave it. And lawyer, L-A-W-Y-E-R. And who remembers the word for retired? Does anybody remember the word for retired? Okay.
I don't remember how to spell it.
That's fine. It's close enough. You got the I there to be louder. What about predicador?
And number 6 is lawyer, right?
No, abogada is lawyer. What is predicador?
Preacher.
Preacher, right. Preacher is predicador. Okay? All right, let's move to the next slide. All right, so remember when I talked to you and I said that you do not need to put the definite article in the front of the word. When you're using the verb ser, all you need to say is él es profesor, and there you have it. He is a teacher. Ella es profesora. She is a teacher. You do not need to put in the definite article, the indefinite article, okay? Okay, ¿cuál es tu profesión? And look at the picture and then tell me, ¿cuál es tu profesión? Who is that person?
A doctor.
En español, chico.
El médico.
Say that, use the sentence, yo soy, and then you tell me.
Yo soy médico.
Exacto. Do not put in the, okay? Yo soy médico. That's it. Let's do another one.
I need just to sing it out.
Who are these people?
Nosotros somos.
They look like cousins or brothers or siblings.
Are you working?
Hermanos. Nosotros
No.
somos hermanos.
No, are you working? Do you work? No, right?
Estudiantes.
Exacto, muy bien. We say, again, you're students, you don't have a profession, but we consider, like, if you say that, no trabajo, all right? I don't work, pero soy estudiante, all right? So these persons, nosotros somos, we're students. Nosotros somos estudiantes. Muy bien. All right, let's look at the next one. Mi primo es, who is that person? What is he doing? What is his profession?
Serving drinks.
He's a waiter.
Who is he? Give me the
waiter.
occupation. Very good. I see somebody putting it in the chat. Mi primo es, give me the pronunciation.
Caminera.
Camarero. Es camarero, okay? And if it was a woman, if it was a female, what would the response be?
Camarera.
But you would also have to change primo. So what would it be?
Mi prima.
Exacto.
Camarera.
Mi prima es camarera. All right, that's what you would say. All right. How would you finish this?
Mi hermana es enfermera.
Exacto. Mi hermana es enfermera. What about this one?
Mi abuelo es profesor.
Just put it on.
Professor.
Okay. And notice what they did now. Mi abuelo es profesor de francés. So,
what if I have a question? What if we just put professor though? I can't pronounce it, but
de francés?
no, you don't put the Francis. Profesor.
Oh, profesoro es el profesor is fine. You don't need profesoro. Professor is the word, is the masculine for teacher. But if he is a French teacher or a Spanish teacher, or if they are a science teacher, you would have to put, or math teacher, you would have to say a teacher of whatever subject. So, mi abuelo es profesor de matemáticas. Mi abuelo es profesor de español. Mi abuelo es profesor de ciencias. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So if you're being specific. All right. Now we come to this passage about Alberto's family. All right, so I'm going to let you read it. I'm not going to read it. Please do not Google it. See what you can answer based on everything that we did in the lesson so far. See if you can read this and answer these questions. Go ahead and read it.
Me llamo Alberto Pintos
No, you're going to read it
No,
yourself.
don't read it out loud.
You're going to read it yourself. You're going to, hold on, Leah. You're going to read it yourself quietly, and then you're going to put your answers in the chat. I'm going to set up the chat. So again, the answers only come to me. No, and you're going to answer all of the questions one time before you send it. So answer all 8 questions and then click send. All right. Do not send them one at a time.
Answer it in a paragraph, like just put all in one paragraph.
Say it again.
Are you allowed to answer it in a paragraph?
If you can answer, say it one more time.
In a paragraph, like just put all in a paragraph.
If you can answer everything in a paragraph, I mean, like you don't have, if you have to number it, that's what you mean? I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're asking me, Jada.
I got you a question.
Who's that?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Leah. What's your question, Leah?
I put my answer in the chat.
You're putting in your answers in the chat, but all of your answers should come to me one time. Don't put them in separately. Answer everything and then click send.
Private message it to you or do it to
No,
everyone?
I have set the chat up so that the responses only come to me. So
Okay.
once you click send, it will automatically come to me. And notice your answer should be answered in English, not in Spanish. You should be giving me your answers. So notice this is the pattern that they would normally take. If they give you a passage in Spanish, they will more than likely ask you to answer it in English. If they give you a passage in English or they give you something in English, they may want you to answer in Spanish. So you have to read the instructions to make sure you are doing what they are asking you to do. All right? Do not Google. Do not Google. Try to figure it out as best you can. Do not Google. Boy, some of y'all on it. Y'all and finish. How many people need more time? Give me a thumbs up if you need more time. Okay, I see that. Okay, I see that. Is 10 minutes good? 5 minutes? 5 minutes or 10 minutes? 5 minutes? Okay. All right, so 5 minutes. I'm going to set my timer, and at 5 minutes, we're going to start answering the questions.
You could do 2 minutes.
No, some people need 5. You can't go less than 5. They need their 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. All right, I'm going to add 2 questions to this. Well, they kind of gave it away. Never mind. I had a question, but I saw you can get the answer from somewhere else. Okay, 2 more minutes. All right. Is everybody finished? Because we do have like about 2 minutes left.
Yes, Mom.
All right, so let's go over the questions. All right, and please score yourselves. So let me read it and then we're going to answer the questions. Me llamo Alberto Pintos Vargas. Tengo 16 años. Soy camarero. Vivo con mis padres y mi hermana mayor. Mi madre tiene 32 años. Ella es médica. Mi padre es mecánico. Él tiene 39 años. Mi hermana mayor tiene 22 años. Ella es estudiante de francés a una escuela de idiomas en la Ciudad de México. Somos mexicanos. Vivimos en Guanajuato. Okay. Now let's answer the question. How old is Alberto? How old is, raise your hand for me, please, don't shout. How old is Alberto? Raise your hand. All right, Jada, I see your hand, then Uzziah, I see your hand, and then Manishka, I see your hand. So we're gonna take the questions just like that. So Jada, take number 1. How old is Alberto?
He is 16.
All right, if you have 16, you are correct. 16 is 16. So give yourself a point if you got 16. Do number 2, please, Uzziah. What is his occupation?
He is a waiter.
If you put waiter, give yourself another point. All right. How many people are in his family? Take that question, please, Mr. Kawalram.
Is it 4? Because it's including yourself in it as well?
Yes, sir. It should be 4. It should not be 3. It should be 4. Don't make that mistake. How many people are in his family? It's his parents, it's him, and then it's his sister. Okay? So it should be 4. All right. How old
but
is
Mr. Lancy, that's how many people in his family. Like,
yes, how many people are in his family? 4.
But
it's including him. You have to include yourself.
You have to include yourself in your family. Come on, Jada.
You didn't.
Jada,
you don't include yourself when you count in your family.
Yes, but like,
so you want to your family then?
But like, no, because that's his no, more like
Jada.
Come on.
It should be 4.
Okay.
I see where you would have put 3, but it should be 4. You have to include him, okay? All right. How old is his mother? Zanika, take that. How old is his mother?
She's 32.
32 is 32. You have to know your numbers, guys. It should be 32. All right, and let's look at the next question. What is her occupation?
May I go, please, Uzziah?
Yeah. Well,
Don't let him go.
no, hold on. Manishka.
She's a doctor.
She is a doctor. Very good. So give yourself another point, please, if you got that right. Uzziah, you can take this one. What is his father's occupation?
Occupation is a mechanic.
Yes. Mr. Kawal Ram, you can take this one. What language is his older sister studying?
She is studying French.
Yes, she's studying French. And Miss Colbrook, take the last question. What is Alberto and his family's nationality?
Mexicans.
Mexicans, okay? So that would have been an easy 8 marks for you if you know numbers, if you know occupation, if you know family members. Easy 8 points for you right there, okay? Anybody had real problems with that?
No, Mom.
If you had real problems with that, then all you need to do, seriously, is just go over your vocabulary words for those areas. Occupations, family members, numbers, these things are going to come up throughout your exam. So you need to be mindful of things like that. Those are like your basic stuff. So you have to know numbers, occupations, and family members. All right, let's go to the next one. All right. Write a list of 5 family members and their occupations based on the given places in town. So you have family member, you have profession, you have place of work. So just think of, again, you could put any 5 family members, put where they work, and put, if lugar de trabajo is escuela, what profession would that person have?
Uzziah, they will be a teacher.
Okay, so right. You can put teacher. You can put. Do you know the profession? Do you know the word for
Professor de Matemáticas?
Okay. Do you know the word for principal?
Principale.
No way. No. No, you're guessing. No, so it doesn't only have to be, you don't only have to be stuck with professor. All right, so I heard someone say profesor de matemáticas, or somebody said janitress. Do you know the word for janitress? You can only put janitress if you know the word for janitress.
El janitor?
No, that's not the word for janitor or janitress. What about principal? Do you know the word for principal?
No, Mom, you could say it, please.
No, I'm not gonna say it. If you'll find it, you will remember it. Go look it up. Go look up the word for principal. And then you come back and tell us what it is. And somebody said janitor, I'll go look up the word for janitor and then tell us what it is. All right. So you can put, but if you don't know, like you don't have to pick those. I'm just saying you don't have to be stuck with teacher. The more vocabulary you know, you can use something else. But if teacher is all you know, you just want the point. Put teacher. Okay.
You could do like principio.
No, that's not the profession. That's like if it's you're looking for principio is like it's the principle of the matter. It's not the person principle. It's like when you're talking about something that, like, but that's not the principle. That's not what I'm saying. That's not the. It's not like the issue, right? It's not the issue, or that's what principio is. It's not the person.
Or so you could say conserje for Johnny Thought.
That sounds like the word you're trying to say, but I want the correct word for principle. You have to look at the right meaning. Remember, even in English, principle there are two meanings for principle.
Director.
So you have el director or la directora. Muy bien. All right. So you have to make sure you're getting the right word. Make sure you're using the right word, the right meaning when you look up your vocabulary word. Okay. All right. Let's fill in these ones based on the words that we already had. Let's look at the vocabulary words we already used in this lesson today then. Give me a member of the family that could work at the school as a teacher. Go ahead, Nakia, I see your hand.
Madre.
Okay, so madre. All right. Put the definite article in the front of it. La or el madre?
La.
Good. So la madre, profesora. You have to place profesora, and then escuela is where they work. Good. Give me the word for the profession and the member of the family that can work at the bank. And banco. Banco is bank. I shouldn't have said that. I should let y'all figure it out.
Banquero.
Who is the family member?
Mi tío.
Okay. Tío, mi tío, el tío, okay. And then what is his profession?
Es profession es banquero.
Banquero.
Or banquero because it's a boy and not a girl.
Right. Supermercado. Who's going to work at the supermarket? Pick a profession, pick a family member.
Canjero.
Say again?
La tia. I don't know how to say it in the first sentence, but la tia.
Okay.
And the profession is conjured. I don't know if you change it, but conjera.
You sure you're pronouncing that right?
No, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing it right.
I don't think she is, you know.
Nope, that's not the right pronunciation. Spell it.
Canjera.
No N in that.
I think we gotta respell that one, Jada.
So Cajera.
Cajera is cashier. Okay? Yes. What about restaurants? Oh, restaurante. And let me stop giving you all the word. Restaurante. Who will work in el restaurante? Give me the family member and give me the profession. Go ahead.
Could you repeat the question again, please?
Who will work in the restaurant?
Mi tia.
And what will her profession be? Say again. Don't give me cashier. I don't want cashier for the restaurant. Give me waitress.
Oh.
We already used cashier for the supermarket, so I don't want to use cashier for the restaurant.
Camarera.
Camarera. And what about hospital?
Mi padre.
Give me the profession and give me the
Medical.
medical is the profession. So who is the family member?
Mi padre.
Mi padre, mi hermano. Okay. Anybody masculine because you said medical. All right. Good. All right. Here we have pets. Do not Google it. What do you know already? Do you know any of these already? Mr. Cowell-Ram.
I know F.
What is F?
La tortarga.
F? Oh, okay, yes. Yes. Anybody else?
I know 2. No,
Jada,
3.
What do you
I know
Jada?
A is El Raton, E is El Perro, and I is El Gato.
Okay, good. So we have A, E, F, and I already done. So that leaves G, H, B, C, and G. Give me the answers, please. Who knows them? Give me the answers.
H is un caballo.
Say it again.
H is un caballo.
H, okay, yes. H is El Caballo. Yes, very good. Mr. Cowell-Ram, I see your hand again.
G is El Pez.
She is, yes. She is El Pez or Los Peces, fish. Jada, I see your hand.
B is El Pajaro.
Pájaro.
Sorry, I can't pronounce words in Spanish.
Pájaro. All right. El pájaro is bird. And what is D?
La Rana.
La rana. That's the only thing that's left. Okay. So if you have, oh, we miss out C. Who knows what C is?
El con ejo. I can't pronounce that.
Conejo. El conejo. Conejo is rabbit. All right. So again, now you know once it gives you the vocabulary, you're going to go straight into getting some practice with these words. All right. And again, look at it. It says El loro rosado. Notice where that word pink comes. It comes at the back of the noun. All right. It comes after the noun. So with the pink parrots, we don't say El rosado loro. We say El loro rosado. All right. The noun comes before the adjective. All right. Now look at the number. When you're saying how many of something, look what it is. It says the number, then the noun, then the adjective. So you have 6 loros rosados. We have 6 pink parrots. Now, literally, it says 6 parrots pink, but that's not the way we talk, right? But that's the way we write it when we're writing Spanish. So keep that in your head. Make a note of that. Write it down. Stick it in your head, and let's continue. Let's get some practice. Okay. You have the number, you have the color, you have the pets. What does number 1 say, first of all? Tell me it in English. If you know the answer, tell me what it is in English. Don't look it up, please. Don't look it up.
14 yellow frogs.
Exactly, 14 yellow frogs. So my number would be 14, my color would be yellow, my pet would be frog. So that would be 14 amarillas ranas. That's how you would fill in the table, of course, but that's not the way you write it in Spanish, okay? Now, What it would be number 2? 19 conejos, grises. What's the response? Mr. Cowell Round, give me that in English, please.
Okay, so it's 19 gray rabbits.
That is correct. Muy bien. Who can do the next one? 28 pájaros morados. 28 pájaros morados. I saw your hand up. Who stick their hand up and stick it back down?
Me, because I know it, but I don't know the color.
You don't know the color?
No.
Who can help her with the color? Don't look it up yet, man. Don't look it up, please. Don't look it up yet.
Gray.
Take a guess.
Brown?
What is it?
Gray.
No.
Brown?
No, we already said what gray was. Gray is number 2. So we know that's not gray.
Brown?
So what is, no, it's not brown.
Is it green?
No,
Purple.
it is purple. All right.
That was Uzziah. Uzziah say that.
All right, Uzziah, I give you your props. So 28 pájaros morados is purple is morado. So go ahead now, Jaden, give me the rest of the sentence, please.
28 purple birds.
28 purple birds. Muy bien. All right. Go ahead. Who wants to take the next one? 38 tortugas verdes. Nakia, I see your hand.
38 green turtles.
38 green turtles. Muy bien. 46 perros blancos. 46 perros blancos. Kaden, I see a hand. Go ahead, Kaden.
46 blacks.
46 black. That's black? What is blancos? Blancos no
White
is
and
black.
White.
It's white. Muy bien. And what's my animal?
Dogs.
It's dog. Okay, yes, it's dogs. 55 caballos marrones. 55 caballos marrones. Kaden, I see your hand again.
My bad.
Okay, so who's that? Nakia, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Jaden, go ahead. Y'all getting scary. Nakia, look. Zanika, go ahead.
25 brown horse.
25 brown, not 25, 55 is
Oh.
what? 50. What number do you know begins?
55.
55. 50
Sorry.
is 50. 55 caballos marrones. What is that? Say it again for me, please.
55 brown horse.
Brown horses. So 55 brown horses. Good. 62 peces azules. 62. Mr. Cowell Ram.
That would be 62 bluefish.
62 bluefish. Okay. Number 8. 74 gatos anaranjados. Anvia.
74 orange cats.
74 orange cats. Muy bien. 87 ratones negros. 87 ratones negros. Sanika.
86 black rats.
Not 86 black rats. Yes. And the last one, 100 loros rosados. 100. Jada.
10.
That's not 10.
100. My bad. 100 pink Laurels? Can't remember what Laurels is. I don't remember that being on the thing.
Loros is the same. Loros is parrots.
Okay, sorry. 100 pink parrot.
All right. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna let y'all go early in a minute. Let's just do this, and then I'm gonna let you guys go. ¿De quién es la mascota? All right, now we talked about ser, the verb ser, and whenever you see ser and de, you're talking about something belonging to someone. All right, so we say ¿de quién es el perro negro? Like, whose dog is this, right? Who does this black dog belong to? Whose black dog? El perro negro. Whose black dog is this? El perro negro es de mi padre. Okay, the black dog belongs to my father, or the black dog is my father's own. All right, so whenever you see that they can, all right, and you answer es de me or es de somebody else, you're talking about ownership. It belongs to somebody. All right, so let's look at that. Well, let's make sure we get that first, because we know we're going straight into now some practice with this. Let me know if I need to explain that again. Look at that carefully. Look at the structure of that sentence. ¿De quién es la mascota? Right? Whose pet is it? Or who does the pet belong to? Or who owns the pet? Either way, however you decide to say that, just get that meaning in your head. And then let's look at how we respond to that. El perro negro, the black dog, belongs to my father, or the black dog is my father's own. All right, so however you decide to say that. So let's look at that. Okay, and look at this. Who does the pet belong to? Es de me, and you could put a family member. Okay, because, and I'm gonna, let me read something to you again from a past paper where you have to, I'm trying to find the specific question. There was a question related to, again, something that you had to talk about the family member and say what they own. Where's that question? Okay, so it says, write a letter of about 80 words to your Argentinian pen friend, telling him or her about your home and family. You must write the letter in Spanish, and you must include the following information: where you live, whether it's in a house or an apartment, and who you live with, a description of your home, mention at least 2 things about describing your house, a description of 2 members of your family, 2 chores that you did last week. Okay, and notice what it says, last week, which means you're going to have to write that in the past tense, right? What you and your family are going to do next week. For example, if you're going to travel, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so that you have either or, and sometimes you're going to be given a choice where you have to say whether you're going to do A or B. All right, so you can do this, or you can do this one. Write a letter of about 80 words to your Mexican friend, telling him or her about your summer job. You must write the letter in Spanish, including the following information: where you work, whether it's a shop or office, etc., and when you work, meaning which days of the week you work, how you get to work, and what time you arrive. Again, now we're looking at time, so we're going to have to know time. You're going to have to know a description of what you wear. That's going to go into clothing. Where you went for lunch yesterday, what you ate, what are you going to do after work, yada, yada, yada. There was something more specific about what you own. Why am I not saying that question? Anyway, let's continue. This is the last thing. I know you're tired. Do those 3, I should have one more. Okay. Write those in the chat, and then we're gonna call it that for today. Write those in the chat. How do you say that the orange cat belongs to my uncle? And how do you say he is a nurse? All right. Put your answers in the chat for me, please, and then we're gonna wrap up. How do we say, well, let's do one. Let's do one together. The orange cat belongs to my uncle. He is a nurse. So let's do one together. And then I want you to write the other 4 down. And when we come back next week, that's what we'll start with. Let's work on what I have on the screen. Don't worry about the prompt. I'll get that to you. I'll give that to you on the screen next week. Don't worry about that. Look at what's on the screen for me, please. And let me see, does anybody have an answer? The orange cat belongs to my uncle. How do I write that? Let's go back to the first slide so that you can see how to write. Remember that sentence with the black dog belongs to my father? How would I write the orange cat belongs to my uncle? Write that in the chat before we leave.
L-R.
Go ahead. How do I write the orange cat belongs to my uncle?
El gato Alejandro es Yes, ma'am. SD me tío.
Okay. And how do I say he is a nurse? How do I say he is a nurse?
LS I can't pronounce that.
Enfermero. All right. So if you wrote that, then that is correct. So you should have said el gato anaranjado es de mi tío, not my. Remember, me is M-I. De mi tío. Él es N-E-N, from enfermero. Okay? All right.